Hello and welcome to my Jurassic jungle garden. I hope you are all okay. I'm Steve. Just thought I'd put out a quick update after the move, see how things are going, and yeah, let's crack into it. So we'll do it in reverse order today. So you can see my Fatshedera X Lizei, is it, or Lizei, something like that. It's a Fatsia and ivy cross, so it's a climber, but this was getting mauled by aphids about a month or two ago. I haven't seen an aphid since they all suddenly vanished one day. There's a lot of the little parasitic wasps around and hoverflies, beetles and things like that, so they've done a job. The ants are still around though, but you know, I don't mind ants too much. But this is going quite well. You can see the stalks nice on the back there. Leaves are looking pretty good. Got some nice colorations to them. Don't know if you can see that very well because of the sun, but it's kind of dark green on the outside and slowly going into other ones. So he's looking good. So yeah, he's going to climb up, and this will be a seating area when I'm done. As you can see, I'm just testing it out now, but I'll grow them up that way, and then when they start getting up high, I'll make a proper frame for it to hopefully climb across that way. The Dryopteris Wallichiana, which is here, it's also looking pretty good. I think I mentioned it before, but the crispum, if it says that on a fern, means that it's split at the ends. This one actually has both, so I don't know whether that's male and female fronds or whatever, but I don't know if you can see the slight browning on some of them. I can't get a good angle of it. Here you go, this might be better. Slight sort of browning on the edges. I've got a lot of that on these ones at the front. There's quite a few ferns that have got this. I've got a feeling it might be where I watered them at the wrong time of day, so I'm just going to leave it for a bit and see what happens with them. Here we've got the Cyathea Cooperii. He looks quite gnarly. You can see the big sort of staunch hairs there at the base. You know, he's doing okay. He's not massive, but he's sending out new fronds pretty consistently. Probably one a week. They're just not very big. So that's okay. This one's a Dicksonia that hasn't got a trunk. He's doing alright. He's sending out new fronds, as you can see there, so I'm quite happy with that. This is it Erythrososa Niponicum, the metallic ferns, the white ferns. This one's not doing well at all. We'll have a look at the other one in a bit, but yeah, that last leaf looks okay and has just started coming back, so hopefully that might come back. We'll soon find out though. Next is the Dicksonia. This is doing alright. He's already done his fronds for the year, so I'm just leaving all these tatty ones on, and then I'll overwinter it and cut them off in the spring, I expect. The tatty ones I won't leave, these other ones on. The Fatsia is doing quite well. Nice sort of glossy leaves. I need to shortly start training this one up high. I want it to come up, this one to be bushy up the top rather than at the bottom. So I'll do that in the next couple of weeks. And then across here we've got the Dryopteris Arata. This one's doing really well. Looks really good. I'm looking forward to this one next year when the new stuff comes out and these push down. Again, same with the Dryopteris Erythrososa or something like that. He's quite nice. He's coming along nice. On the vertical garden, this thing here, which I always forget the name of, I got it in a pot when I bought a plant and it was just in the side, so I just chucked it in there, but he's chucking out leaves pretty quickly, and you can see these small little pink like stems that are coming out. I don't know what that is, whether it's the way they root, you know, climbing root or something like that. If it touched ground, would it then send up a new plant? I don't know. Ivy's not doing great. The Hart's Toungues are doing alright. The Bromeliad's experimenting and not looking great at all, but we'll leave them in there and see what happens. Moving on around here, not much going on. This is the shady corner. I think these are two Jurassic Golds, which are just ticking along nicely, again with the Polystichum Polyblepharum. This was a much better one to look at earlier on in the season, like virtually first thing as soon as the frost went. It had a real nice vibe to it, so he's quite good. The Hart Toungues, they always do well. This one, I like they're the same but they're slightly different, and I quite like that. Again, the Polystichum Setiferum Herrenhausen. You can just see the brown sort of tinges on this one as well. This gets the morning sun just about. I think I might have watered them and then they got hit with the sun straight away, but it's sending up new fronds, as you can see in the centre there, so that one's growing quite nice, and I like the way that one grows. This lady fern here was in the one of the ones I moved. I've moved it a bit close to that one though, but I've got these. This is a shuttlecock fern here in the middle, Matteucia Struthiopteris, something like that. And then I've got two royal ferns here. These apparently like full sun, so I may move these somewhere else to make use of that, and then move that lady fern over here, and then that should just for the moment do that. Similar to the other Herrenhausen a minute ago, the Polystichum Setiferum. This one this is the one that made me think, because this gets full sun and then it keeps the full sun, whereas that gets sun first thing and then it sort of creeps over here and it's in the shade then from about 8 o'clock. This one is straight in there, so that's what made me think this browning is where I watered it and the sun got to it straight away, so I'll just leave it. I'm not amazingly worried about that one. The Niponicum, which was the big sort of thing I had to move, you can see has flowered. They look quite good. I'm probably not going to put this in next year. It's just not my, I just wanted to see what it looked like really, and it was quite cheap, and I needed some plants for now because you can't go out spending 100 quid on ferns every week. But he looks quite nice. I can't tell if it's can't smell anything, but that just might be me. So this Arachnoids really isn't doing very well, unfortunately. I'm going to have to move, and this is quite full sun here, so I'll put him somewhere in the middle because he was in deep shade under the tree fern last time. The Lophosoria, my new favourite plant, if you can just see the way that sort of falls, this is a good angle actually, you can just see the way it sort of falls, it comes up on the stalk and then it sort of comes across. I'm hoping this might get a bit bigger and, you know, come right out, so looking forward to this. It's thrown up a few fronds, you can see at the bottom. There's one even bigger one at the back somewhere. There he is. So yeah, hopefully that'll do well. The Tetrapanax has thrown up one leaf since I've got it, which is that one there to the right, and then it's thrown up a new leaf now, so hopefully that's settled in there. I think it's only been in there a week and a half, has it? So it turns out when I moved the Niphotheas, the red hot pokers, I didn't think they were going to flower this year, but this one has sent out, as you can see, a couple of ones. They're not amazing. Again, another one with the Niponicum. I wanted to keep it because I thought the grassy type foliage is quite a nice complement to the other plants, but if it's out of the way, so I may keep it, I may not. That thing is the dahlia that we just don't know what it is. It grew massive, and then when I moved it, it virtually died, as you can see, and now it suddenly started coming back to life, so I'll be interested to know what that is, if anything happens with it, but otherwise it'll be gone as well. So move around here to this bed. This banana, the reason I moved the Niphotheas and a couple of the others was I thought they might be draining this banana because it wasn't looking too great, but now it's looking fantastic. The last leaf and this one that's coming out just look amazing. It's got a nice big girth to it on the trunk now, which is what I want for my bananas. The pups all look healthy, so I'm good with that. This dahlia here, which I grew from seed, is starting to overtake this Dryopteris. I think this one might be a Felix mass. It looks like it's overpowering it. I'm not too worried about it, but it better be good, is what I say to that. Here we've got the Polypodium vulgar. This is kind of a bit more of a bushy growth. It seems to be growing out at the base, as opposed to the others, which are sort of growing out the middle and up the top. I think this one is the Dryopteris Finis, and it's again crispum. You can see the splits on the end, which I'm not a fan of the crispum look, so I won't be buying too many more of them. Hopefully another dahlia this one's actually being eaten by something, slugs no doubt. This one I think might be another ostrich fern. it's in full sun. Some of the fronds are browned off, so we'll see how that does. I might move in with the other one along with the lady fern. Another Polypodium vulgar, doing quite well there. Like I said, a bit more bushing out. My Asplenium Hart's tongue fern, which I moved from deep shade to here, seems to be going alright. That'll be a bit of a longer thing to see what happens with him. Me Ensete is doing okay. He seems to like it there. So we'll leave him there, and hopefully he'll get quite big and I'll overwinter him and put him back there next year. So not too bad. If we go on to the last flower bed now, the Canna's doing really well. The big one you can see at the back there, which is underneath the sunflower leaf, is a spike that came up, not the original plant, so that's overtaken its parent now. But otherwise, nice vibrant colours, so he seems to be quite happy there, which is good. You see my sunflower leaves, like I said, these are absolute beasts. I'm sort of wanting the sunflowers to go away because they're a bit too big, but for my first attempt, and I just threw these seeds in there, you can see how big that is. I've got reasonable size hands, so I'm quite happy with that, to be honest with you. It's about 6 foot, I would guess, but the thing I'm most surprised about is the girth of the plants. I mean, that's got to be nearly 2 inches thick. 2 inches thick, maybe an inch and a half, maybe something like that. The sword fern down there, which is the Polystichum muntium, he's just sort of ticking along nicely, so we'll see. He'll probably be more one for spring, I expect. The ginger, the Hedachium, which is here, looks nice and all that, you know, happy days, but it's leaning a lot, as you can see. I can only think it's because of the light situation with it. There's not really too much I can do about that, but it is sending up new shoots. This might actually be a bit sort of tall for where that is. I want to see how it goes, but I'm thinking of swapping it with another one, which we'll get to in a second. This banana, again, looking really good. All the pups are healthy. Nice big girth on the trunk there, which is what I wanted. I guess that's the wind probably doing that. This is a Blechnum Chilenese. Seems to like full sun. I'm interested in ferns that like full sun for another project, Project X, but we'll get to that another day. But he's sending out loads of new fronds. There was only one on it originally about 4 weeks ago, and you can see I've got 2 more big ones, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably 9 up and coming ones. The other silver fern, which I moved over here, just see the contrast in that compared to the other one. He really likes it down there, so that's obviously a good spot for him. Probably my pride and joy at this particular moment though is the Eucomis. Just look at that. Just this, it's just the sort of, it's got primitive look for a flower, I think, just where it's on a stalk and just shoving a thing up. But it's quite intricate, and the more you look at it, the more it sort of almost dazzles you, so I'm really happy with that. I didn't think it was going to do anything like that. I thought it was done for, but not done for, but it just sent out a small spike originally, and I thought that was it. But yeah, happy with that, really happy with that. It looks nice and strong, the foliage is all good. And then the last thing you just want to go to for now is over in the corner. You may remember, I think I'm being kind and saying it was 3 weeks ago that the bamboo was sending up little shoots like that one there in the middle, just to the left, right in the centre now, just to the left of that sort of one that's been cut off in the centre. You can see it down there, they were sort of that size. 3 weeks later, boom, 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 this is the new one, this is the new one, this is the new one. So I reckon that's got to be 5.5, 6 foot in 3 weeks. Sending out loads of new stuff as well, so I guess we're keeping this flower bed. And I've just got a couple of climbers which I'm waiting. This is Morning Glory. I'm waiting for the flowers because they're starting to go a bit mental, as you can see, climbing right the way up. Strangled my gecko. But yeah, so maybe in the next month or so we'll see how that looks like. And this year is all about experimentation, especially with the ferns. I want to see what they look like and what they spread like before I put them in their final resting places, and you know what works where. things like that. So yeah, happy days. Anyway, give you another close-up of the Eucomas. It's got those ants on it, but lovely jubbly, I say, lovely jubbly. Okay, happy days. Have a good one.